Yeah, I was gonna say, I think a lot of things get put on law enforcement that were never law enforcement's fault or onus. Carlos brought a good point about, sorry, Oscar brought up a good point about funding. I mean, there's so many, talking about sidewalks. There's neighborhoods where there's no street lights. You know, there's neighborhoods where there's bad, outdated electricity, dirt roads, all kinds of dangerous things. And unfortunately, a lot of times what happens when the city finally does get around to fixing those issues and they gentrify it, is they don't fix it for the city, the residents of that town or that area. They market it as a new up and coming area, and then they make it so it's gonna be priced out of the residents' price range, which is frustrating to anybody. I think we've all been there and done that before. And that's just like one example. I think, you know, we had to see the fallout of bad policies as residents of a community and also as police officers. We had to see the fatal collision for where a bad street design causes some 5-year-old on his way to school to get hit by a car and killed. And we feel saddened too. And I think that's partly because law enforcement are asked to do things that we're never meant to do. Like you talked about, someone talked about schools, and instead of the school staff, the teacher, the principal just handling things that were totally within their job title, they don't want to handle that. They call the police to do that. Instead of a politician taking responsibility for a bad policy or something they voted on or put into play, they make that sound like it's the police's fault for doing that. And so we're all suffering. And it really hurts. I can say, and I know everyone I work with, we really care. We want to help. We come into the community and we want to help. And more nowadays, with things being so divided and politicians, I think, playing us all against each other in the media, it's gotten to the point where it's gotten more and more hard for us to protect the people that we're assigned to protect. And that's super painful. But putting us all against each other, and instead of having officers overused for things that they were never intended to be used